Alright, we're back. What we were missing, I did Google it real quick just to see what we were missing. Oh, what I didn't understand was that clicking twice on the forest is just look at the forest. I thought that it had cut off this direction from us because we had solved that puzzle. But as it turns out, we have not. There's still more this way. So I had the princess start playing the flute so that we can go deeper into the forest. Here we are. Yeah, cut some... Can I take the vines? Okay, they're far too heavy. But while she's playing, we should be able to go forward. And that's all I saw. We are in the forest. Titans. Titans. Okay. The Titans have gathered around one tree here. High in its branches, you see something made of crystal. Clearly the focus of the Titans' attention. Fine. You approach the dead tree, grab onto the lowest branches, and start to haul yourself up. The branch bends under your weight and you realize that it could never support you. You release it and step back, so it's not a strong enough branch, huh? Okay. Oh, do we get... Let's try this. Okay. The crystal fragment is out of reach, nestled high in the branches of the dead tree. The Titans, silent and still, face a tree in the center of the clearing.
Yes, my friend?
Oh.
What can I do for you?
Sorry, one second, everyone. Oh,
Nothing right now.
Okay.
Sure.
And there was the solution as well. Yes, my friend. What can I do for you? Could you climb that tree and get that crystal? All right. I'll be back in a moment. Shoot him with an arrow. The prince tiptoes around the unnaturally still giants, vaults up the tree and grabs the crystal fragment. He climbs part of the way down, looks around nervously at the Titans, and drops heavily to the ground. He runs up and delivers the crystal to you, sweating and puffing. Okay. So we want to identify? Spell rune transfer. Okay. Exiting the forest, you notice a deep rumbling behind you. You realize that the Titans further in are probably out of range of the flute's melody. They've fallen out of thrall, noticed that their precious relic has been stolen, and started to rampage directly toward it, and not, coincidentally, you. What? What just happened? That was weird. Hold on, everyone. For some reason it... Well... It minimized and then it crashed. Okay, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. No need to panic.
Not the fuck.
Restore. Turn off voice acting. Okay, left and then down. No, up. Because it's super weird. Oop, not the arrow. Talk to you. Yep. We got the crystal. Okay. Soon the booming of the giant footsteps totally drowns out the melody. The princess stops playing and yells. No, what was her voice? Oh yeah. They're coming, and they'll be here before you know it. Their flute's no good anymore. When they find us with the relic, they'll tear us apart. The prince thinks for a moment and exclaims, "The relic! That's what they really were after! We've got to get rid of it!" Chuck it in the hole. It's an amazing solution. You toss the crystal fragment into the hollow stump. You hear it bump against the sides as it falls deep into the cavern torn cavities below. So we're gonna cause a massacre of thousands of people. to get this thing. The Titans come crashing through the forest, no longer concerned about what they crush in their path. They totally ignore you and your companions and focus on the stump in the middle of the clearing. After a couple of attempts, they slowly begin to realize that even the smallest of their number is never going to be able to fit inside the dwarven tunnel. Although this fact might have stopped someone even slightly smaller, the Titans aren't even slowed. With bare hands, they begin to excavate their own tunnel. Dwarf curses and battle cries float up from the hole. Let me have you play the flute again. Is that working? What do we do here? Do we put salve on them? Can we attack them while the song is playing? You rush at the immobile titan with a rusty shear, but its self-defense instincts kick in. It appears that they override even the magic melody. To your credit, you actually get in a couple of swipes before you find what it's like to be a smear on the ground. Okay. That's fine. Left and then forward. Yeah, okay. No, we talked to you. Right. And then we go back. Alright. I feel like we were correct up to this point. What do I do here, though? Let's throw in a save so we don't have to do this again. Frick. Alright. So. I have some ideas. We can, for example, cast motion to make them walk away. Okay. Alright, that didn't work. What happens if we wait? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What happens if we back up? Oh. The young female dwarf appears from behind a bush. I was standing there in the tunnels, arguing with the elder about opening up the vault, when the crystal gem dropped down from above, right on the elder's head. Before I could even laugh, I heard the pounding of the giants trying to get inside the tunnel. The elders went crazy. He sounded the alarm and opened the vault right then and there. I grabbed both the crystal gem and the golden hammer and took a back tunnel here. I guessed that I could get rid of my obligation to you and lead the giants back to their home. Here's the hammer you wanted. I'm glad to have been able to repay you. Now all we have... Oh, I accidentally clicked. You direct the three youngsters to put their respective symbols into the recesses on the citadel door. None of them grasps your meaning entirely, but you assure that all will be made clear shortly. When the last symbol is slid into place, the doors swing inward, revealing a gleaming city, an ancient city of the Sartan. Wow! The Titans arrive, legs pumping, but when they come upon the gaping doors of the citadel, they lose all interest in the crystal fragments. Instead, they file into the city and take positions in front of massive machines, as if they knew what they were doing. It seems that they do. In a few minutes of tinkering and button pressing pass before the city comes to life. Lights flare and the entire citadel begins to hum pleasantly. The Mensch wander in, their eyes wide with wonder. Thinking about your quest, you regain the crystal fragments from the distracted dwarf. There's enough room for all races here, says the... Oh, that was the prince. There's enough for all of the races here, says the prince. Says the prince, and the sentiment is echoed by his two companions. If we could live together, we could do it better than ever. So I was trying to decide who was saying this. The Mensch go on, but something else has attracted your attention. An archway only a few dozen feet inside the citadel is decorated by the fire seal piece. A flare just inside the citadel's gate catches your eye. You see Zifnab coughing and ineffectually brushing soot from his robes. He looks up, sees you as well, and smiles.
Hello, my boy. I knew you could do it. They put their symbols in the face of a mysterious building without even knowing why. Quite an achievement, if you ask me. That shows leadership qualities. You've inspired loyalty in these children. They trust you.
He turns to look at the three men running through the citadel, exclaiming their delight at each new discovery. He puffs up his chest and wipes away a tear.
Does your heart good to see them together, doesn't it? Too bad it's only for a little while,
He whispers in your ear.
It's a good thing they don't know that you're just scouting for your lord. That soon, he will destroy these children's lives for his dreams of conquest. That would just ruin their day. Better keep this between you and me, if you know what I mean.
You're so dumbfounded by the Sartan's speech that you stare at him without saying a word. Zifnab continues.
Don't worry, Hoplo. I won't interfere in your mission. In fact, I have a present for you. I tried to take up a collection around the office, but no one there seems to like you very much. I wasn't going to say anything, but they all think you're on the side of evil. That doesn't make you very popular. Most of their ideas of a going-away present took the form of a punch in the mouth.
What? You have an office?
I stuck up for you, though. He's not a mindless puppet, I said. He has very good reasons for wanting to destroy everything. I'm sure he's thought this whole thing through. They seemed a little doubtful, but I know my old buddy Haplo. He'll come through in the end. Anyway, since no one's chipped in, I got you this.
He hands you an ordinary rock.
It's a genuine 100% natural, roughly spherical, all-purpose evil combating device. Really, I know what you're thinking, Zifnab. How can this obviously rare and well-crafted document holder also combat evil? Well, fear not. This particular paperweight is magic. That's right.
Zifnab's face grows sober.
As the stone approaches true evil, it will glow. Soon you will encounter an evil greater than any you've ever known, even in the labyrinth, and it has magic. Horrible, powerful, destructive. Much different than the magic that we command. The rock will react to this magic. The closer you get, the brighter it will glow. When you are in its very presence, crush the rock. You'll know the right time.
What will happen when I crush it? Zifnab thinks very hard and then says,
I don't know, but I'm sure that it will be impressive. And just in case it doesn't work, use the backup plan. Hurl that sucker. I find a nice solid pock upside the head always slows evil down. Now you're thinking, how can he afford to give this away? Well, that's very astute of you, Haplo. I can't afford it. Of course, I'm taking a loss on this transaction, but when your friend starts asking you, where'd you get that evil combater, great evil combater, you tell them you got it from old Zifnab. Soon they're telling their friends, and they're telling their friends. Eventually, everyone has a Zifnab special.
Zifnab turns to look at the sprawling crystal city.
Take Priyan's sail piece, Haplo. Go back to your lord. But remember what you've seen here. Remember these people. Consider carefully exactly what you are doing and why.
He turns and exits the citadel. By the time you reach the doorway to follow, he has disappeared. Very cool. And we got an evil combater. Our crystal fragments. And here it is. Titans? Can I attack them still? Is there anything to do here? No, that's not. Okay. Cool! I think we finished this area. Right and down, apparently. Yes. So we need to copy this. Ruin transfer. To this.
Wow!
Is it not just the same symbol rotated? And we have the fire seal piece. Let's go! That was a great segment. That whole section was amazing. I think I liked Priyan way more than I liked, Oh, but they were all so good. Arianis was very open, like not open, but you were visiting all sorts of different areas, whereas this one was much more puzzle oriented, more linear, but also way cool. Boo. All right. Well, the rock isn't glowing. Okay. All right, here we go. You hand over the fire seal piece and quickly recount your experiences on Prion. Zar listens closely to your description of Zifnab and the Titans, obviously troubled by both encounters. Excellent, my son. You exceed even my best expectations. Not only did you recover Prion's steel piece, but you have discovered a living Sartan. I doubt that he is alone, as he claims, and the addition of these Titans to his forces means that he is someone to be reckoned with. I will have to adjust my plans to compensate. We might have to destroy this citadel to be sure of the giant's destruction. It is a shame you couldn't bring Zifnab back with you for further questioning. You have the crystal fragment of the World Seal. Use that to place the naming rune of Abarak upon your steering stone, and then leave as soon as you can. Events are occurring at a fast pace. Even one Sartan knows you exist. We must assume they all do. But we need information. I must know what the other realms are like, where the Sartan's forces are, and what they number. And I need those seal pieces. Good luck, my son.
Zifnab seems mad, but he genuinely cared about the Mensch there. He had a plan to make their lives better.
Who knows how far gone that Sartan was? Living in solitude with those Mensch would have driven anyone insane. No wonder he was obsessed with them. Hopefully, when the world is reformed and we can destroy the Citadel, he'll disappear along with it.
What about Zifnab's dragon? Do you consider him a threat?
If I believed him, I would. Don't take this personally, my son, but dragons are fairy tales. Legends, nothing more. This Zifnab played on your gullibility. I've read that the Sartan used to command the art of illusion. He must have created the dragon for your benefit, to keep you from killing him. It worked, didn't it?
If you destroy the Citadel, won't that kill the Mensch that have moved inside?
Zar looks at you critically. Are you questioning my tactics? Don't you understand that the threat represented by the Titans far outweighs the importance of the lives of the few Mensch? Don't get personally involved with them, Haplo. This is war. There are always sacrifices. Okay. Alright, next area. The world. You call upon the power of the steering stone to take you through the Death Gate and into Abarak, the world of stone.
I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited! What's it gonna be like? Is it gonna be stony? It's gonna be rocky? It's gonna be rock hard?
Such hype.
Wow!
Ooh. Your ship flies from the Death Gate into a river of lava. Walls of dark rock enclose you in a giant cavern so large that it actually houses a city carved from the stone. You dock the ship a small distance away. I can see my ship is quite durable. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, Barak. I'm getting out. Get me out of here. I want to go outside. Fields. City. Lava river. Fields. It's hard to make out more than a blur of furrowed rows in the soil. You'll have to get closer to see it better. Okay, well, let's get closer. A dead worker. The hulking corpse just stares at you. Greetings, who are you? Name Jethro.
What is this place?
Please don't give him a paragraph.
What place Home. What are you doing? Doing water plants. Would you accompany me? The corpse shuffles over beside you and looks at you expectantly. Cool, I got myself a dead worker. A few struggling plants poke out of the ground. Furrowed rows in the thin dirt indicate that the field was once blanketed with the strange grass. However, many seasons have passed since the field has seen any life-giving water. The dead worker's dull eyes roam around confused. Thought he had water. That's a nice bucket. Would you give it to me? The corpse looks at the bucket for a moment and then silently hands it to you. So now what is he doing? Would you accompany me? Dead worker, climb in the lava river. Okay. You hold out the shear to the dead worker, but he doesn't even take notice of it. It appears he only responds to verbal commands. Okay. Okay. Alright, well, we got ourselves a dead dude. We can apparently claim and force him to walk with us anytime we want to. We can go right. You're surrounded by stone buildings of the deserted town, including a clock tower to the east and an elegant residence to the north. Cool. Let's go back. What do we got this way? A snake! This shallow cave ends in an unnatural wall covered by carved dwarven symbols. A coiled snake studies you. I have a bucket for you. We got some rocks. Can I take rocks? I can't take rocks. We've got a wall. The far wall of the cave is covered in 9 identical carved dwarven symbols. I can pet the snake? Let's look at the snake. Evil red eyes glower at you. You can almost see its tiny brain trying to decide if you are food or a threat. Either way, it doesn't seem to like you very much. Let's save and pet it. Pet. You decide that all the snake needs is a little affection. Perhaps that would change his disposition. You gather him up and pet him. He looks genuinely happy just before he bites your head off. Okay. It was worth it. Do we have anything that snakes would like? About a bread slice. Alright. So we got a snake. I'm gonna assume he's going to okay. We got a snake. Alright, so we got a house, we got a clock tower. We got a tower clock, we got a statue. The statue wears a crown and holds a scepter. With the haze of the air, you can't discern more from this at this distance. I bet I can cast a move on that. Motion. That far from the ground, the spell has no immediate effect. But if someday a work crew takes the statue around for cleaning, they'll be in for a surprise. Okay. Alright, let's go inside the house. I really wish you wore that key a little higher. You stand in the foyer of a small house. Stairs lead up to another level, and double doors are set into the east wall. The dead butler. The decaying butler attempts to draw himself up, but the weight of the chain around his waist keeps him slumped over. How may I be of assistance, sir? Who are you? My name is Arimas. I serve Balthazar, the master of the house. His work is very important and cannot be disturbed, so he retains me and a few other servants to handle the domestic work.
Who else does Balthazar retain to serve him?
In addition to myself, Balthazar employs a nanny who cares for the master's young children, and a housekeeper who does the cooking as well.
There's a housekeeper? Isn't it kind of dirty around here? I'd say this housekeeper is slacking off.
The house is a little dusty, but I'm sure she'll get on the job soon.
Who is Balthazar?
Balthazar is the personal necromancer to the king of Cantelest. He's one of the more celebrated sorcerers in the city.
What important work is he doing?
He does what all necromancers do. He resurrects and sustains the dead so that they can serve the living. But he also spends much of his time reading stories to his children. Researching new magic arts. It's not a very popular activity among other necromancers. In fact, it used to be a crime. But as my master was mentor to most of the others, and because he is a man of power and influence, his research isn't questioned. Not that Balthazar would care in any case.
What magic arts is he researching?
What do I look like? A necromancer? I am just his personal servant. I don't pry into his work. It could be hazardous to my health.
Actually, you look like a corpse. I doubt your health could deteriorate much more.
There's no need to be rude.
Why can't he be disturbed?
An interruption at the wrong time could have disastrous results. His old butler interrupted him once. My first job was to scrape his entrails off the walls.
Is that why that door's locked?
Yes. He takes his breaks at certain times, and only then is it safe to enter. Soon it will be time for his tea. I'm waiting for the housekeeper to bring it.
I bet what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make the clock ding so that he thinks it's break time. Yeah, cool. All right, let's take a break. This is plenty. We just got to the Abarak, the world of stone, and it's pretty grimdark. It's pretty. I will say that the zombies aren't particularly intimidating, but it might be an interesting. And you're gonna hate me for how slowly I read their dialogue. I can tell that's gonna be a thing. But anyway, yeah. See you all in the next one. Peace.